Okay, so unfortunately, due to the 3-day lagging period, I won't be able to get the report on today. But what I found, I went and I looked through the CAT system data, the reportable data, and basically what I found here is a master list of on volume in the options chain. So what I've done is I went ahead and extracted AMC and GameStop out of that, and just look at the massive amounts of calls. This is today. This is intraday today. Um, all these AMC calls and puts going, I mean, all the way down the strike prices for every single week. Same thing for GameStop. Now, as far as number, total, we have 2942 entries, okay? 2,942 entries for calls and puts today, total. Now, for GME, let's look and see. I'm thinking this is like, could be, where the short interest is going. Because whenever you create these option strategies, call and put, it's literally creating synthetic shares by design, and it is 100% legal to do so. So GME, what's the total here? And the stand just means standard options. So no flex. I didn't find any flex options. But basically, what I have the ability to do now is I can look up what options were written as far as strike price and whether it was call or put, cross-reference it with the OCC batch query data, and it should line up. So I'll be able to tell as early as Thursday about cross-referencing these two data sets. And I almost got this. Come on, girl. There you go. So, okay, out of the total, we have 1834 GameStop, and 1108 AMC. Now, when we go back to this data here, this is specifically today's options data broken down into customer, firm, and market maker. Now, what we notice is that customer and firm totals and the market maker totals are highly correlated. So it's my assumption based on that the market makers and the firm customer, there's some kind of system in place to keep it balanced out. And it's pretty neat because you get all of the different exchanges here, right? Now, what's interesting about this is that some of these are not United States SROs. Like Exchange D is Dusseldorf from over there in Germany, I believe. And that accounted for almost 10% of the volume, option volume today. So the biggest one overall was X, which is the NASDAQ PHLX. That accounted for 10.19%. The market makers accounted for, the firms and market makers accounted for way more than the customer did. So it's my assumption that they're selling option contracts. We just saw them sell their puts in the 13F. So yeah, I mean, we have the ability now to literally map this data, and I'll test it again. I will test it on Thursday whenever this right here updates, because as you can see, the earliest date that I can get is the 12th. And this is all of the options that were purchased. This is volume right here that was purchased between the 1st of this month and expiring on the 19th specifically. So option data is becoming retrievable almost 100%. And then you can take this data, take it here, insert a table, and map that shit out. So you can see here, account type M accounts for the majority of quantity. So that's your market makers, right? They're accounting for the most quantity. Now, on 11/10, that was when the minimum quantity was traded. It was on 11/10. I'm curious to see what today's number is going to look like. It should be, the number here, the quantity, should match up with this quantity here. Now, this is a separate measurement. This should line up as well. I should be able to take specifically the 15th and line up all these numbers from this same report from the Options Clearing Corporation here. It's just I'll have to wait till Thursday. So once I get all this together, I will make one big table and try to see if we can determine when contracts were written, when they expire, who bought them from which exchange, and go down the road. But going back to this, where did that go? This right here. So I want you to look, right? Some of the other stocks, okay? Some of them have quite a bit. And then we have some with just a few, right? It seems to me like the ones like, okay, not even Google had anywhere near AMC. It seems to me like retail stocks. I mean, we have 3,096 entries for AMC today. I think, that's actually should be cut in half because a lot of it's AMCX, but you get my point. There's far more GameStop entries and AMC entries than there is other stocks. So I'm only thinking maybe we see all this volume today specifically for GameStop and AMC, considering it was double short interest day or short receipt settlement day. I mean, just a thought, but yeah. Anyways, I know this is probably confusing to a lot, but those of you who understand it, I'm sure you're aware of how crazy this could be. If we could take the options written today, like these are contracts written today, very well could be synthetic positions being created. Take this, cross-reference it with this, the volume query, and then cross-reference that with the daily volume. I think we get a pretty good idea what they're trying to do here. So anyways, I'll stand by with this. I'll keep you updated. I'll provide an update on Thursday. Have a good one.